This is a demo of the Tannhäuser Gates VCA panel factory amps. The Tannhäuser Gates is a 4-channel stereo VCA. Let's quickly go over the I/O of the module. You first have a pan knob which can pan your signal left or right. You have an EQ where when you turn it to the right it boosts the highs, when you turn it to the left it boosts the lows, when the middle it doesn't do anything. You have a gain knob with which you can bring up or reduce the gain of a certain channel. You have an offset knob that biases the offset of your VCA. You have a CV knob, which is a set it to 10 knob, and when you turn it to the right, it positively affects your VCA signals. It positively affects the CV signal that's going towards your VCA. If you turn it to the left, it negatively affects. You can use it as a traditional VCA in the right setting, or you can use it to duck your signal in the left setting. You have a master output with which you can control the volume of your left and right out. You have a return level which you can use to control the level of your send and returns path of your VCA. You have 4 mute buttons. This is to mute each individual channel. This is when you're using them as separate channels or in a stereo configuration. You have CV ins for each of your channels. You have audio ins for each of your channels. You have an audio out for each of your channels. You have a master CV, which when you plug in a CV signal over there, it affects all your 4 channels. And you have a left and right main out. So let's quickly hear it. I'm gonna plug in my CV input coming from a Zeta that we're looking at it over on our data. And if I bring up my attenuator on the right, you can see that a white light corresponds to a positive voltage being sent to your VCA, and a blue light corresponds to a negative voltage being sent to your VCA. Next, I'm going to plug in an audio signal into my audio in. And lastly, we're going to take our left and right out and plug that in to the master. Now you can use the TG as separate channels itself, so I can also take an audio out from here and it'll work in a mono configuration, or I can take it from here. Now I want to see this audio signal on the data, so I'm going to take the separate mono out and look at it on the data. Cool. So I'm going to bring up my master. I'm going to bring up my gain on that channel. When you go to above the 3 o'clock mark, you're getting no distortion, but then as soon as you bump it above that, you'll get some soft clipping. And you can engage or disengage that soft clipping circuit from the back wire jumpers. I am gonna bring up my CV and we should be able to hear our signal. You can see it's corresponding to what we're seeing on the data over here. And if I bring up, let's see, you hear a little bit of soft clipping. I'm gonna change my, so you can get really plucky sounds if you want. You can control the amount that the CV signal affects your carrier via the CV knob. And then I can pan the signal to the right or the left, or I can apply some EQ to it. So I'm going to also bring in another signal from my plats. And this is, we are using the Tannhäuser Gates as a VCA, but we can also use it as a mixer. If I just bring up my offset, so I'm bringing up the bias. If I bring up my gain, and then anytime I want, I can also mute a certain signal from the master. let's say the second signal that I have in my second channel, if I wanted to make it a little bit more bassy, I can always do that with my EQ. If I want some clipping on it, I can play with the levels of each thing. I can mute it. And since this is still available to me as a VCA channel and my bias is all the way up, I can bring my CV signal and make it duck. And let's say I want to bring in a center return effect on a certain channel. I can do it on the left or the right channel. I'm going to choose the left channel for now. And send out the send to a delay unit and bring in the return. And I'm going to bring up the return level. Anytime I can just take it out of the mix. So that's a quick demo of the Tannhäuser Gates module. Hope you have fun.